Edward Hendrie, and you say you're going to track the beast from the synagogue to the Vatican. So we have the Jews that are somehow, would you call it integrated in with the Vatican?
Well, the Vatican is, as you know, the headquarters for the Roman Catholic Church, and the Roman Catholic Church is a crypto-Jewish. That is, it is a concealed Jewish religion. So they present themselves as a Gentile church. Their doctrines, however, are Jewish, and in essence, they are Babylonian, because Judaism flows from Babylon, and that Babylonian doctrine has found its way into the Roman Catholic Church. In fact, it makes up the pillars of the doctrines of the Roman Catholic Church. The present Pope, Pope Francis, he is a Jesuit, and interestingly enough, the Jesuits were founded by Ignatius Loyola, who was a Marrano Jew.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jesuits are a crypto-Jewish organization from the start.
So they began with a Jew founding them, Ignatius Loyola. He was probably, as you said, a crypto Jew because he stayed a Jew. You know, it doesn't matter in what country or nation that they're in, the Jews stay Jews, and they have they really don't even have dual loyalty. They only have loyalty to their nation, and it might be formed as Israel or may not be. But so we have now. Let's go back in time. We're going to be looking at Pope Francis in some detail, but I'd like to look at the Jesuit order, because the Catholic Church was having a lot of problems at the time, because Martin Luther had come up and we had a Reformation. The Protestant churches were forming everywhere, all around Europe. And so the Pope was concerned that he was losing a lot of people. And before that, you know, he had an iron hand, but now suddenly people were rebelling against him. And so he began with Torquemada, didn't he? And he led the Inquisition and began to force people back into a mold.
Yes.
So Torquemada was also Jewish, I understand, a crypto Jew. Mm-hmm. So we have a Jew, and the Pope used Torquemada to torture people. So all those tools of the Inquisition, the Iron Maiden and all those things. And then evidently along comes this guy, Ignatius Loyola. Now, what he was a Spanish Marrano, a Spanish Jew. His family had been forced to, at that time, become so-called Christians. A lot of those Marrano Jews, they would just practice their Judaism secretly in their homes, and then they would, go to church on Sunday, and in their mind, they were just blaspheming Jesus Christ, I suppose. But anyway, back to the Jesuits. Loyola went to see the Pope in Rome and said, "I would like to start a new order." Now, he evidently was very prominent, wasn't he? A Spanish general.
Well, he was very influential. In fact, he was brought before the Pope during the Inquisition because of his influence, and he swore fealty to the Pope. And it was Pope Paul III who formally approved the Jesuits as a Catholic order on around 1540. And that established the Jesuits as a Catholic order. And the Jesuits are unique among all Catholic orders. They do not report to the cardinal of their district. They report directly to the Pope. It is the militia of the Pope. And so they have allegiance only to the Pope.
Wow. So they're a worldwide group, correct?
Yes.
Okay, they're a worldwide group. They have a leader, and he's sort of informally, or is it formally, called the Black Pope.
That's right.
The Black Pope.
Because he is really, in many respects, the real power in the Vatican. They're very influential, and their influence comes to a great extent through their financial power. It started out as it was an organization of Marrano Jews. Ignatius of Loyola was a Marrano Jew. His Linnaeus, who took over after Ignatius of Loyola died, he was also a Marrano Jew. And so the organization is crypto-Jewish. On its surface, it appears to be Gentile. On its surface, it appears to be a Catholic order, but its allegiance is really to Judaism and to the Jewish race. As they view it. Now, I don't view Jews as being a race necessarily. I believe it is a religion, but that's a discussion for another time. But that's how they view themselves.
Now, evidently, from what I've read, the Order of the Illuminati, which was founded in 1776 by also another Jesuit Jew, wasn't he? Adam Weishaupt?
That's right.
So, you go from the Jesuits right to the Order of the Illuminati in 1776 in Weishaupt. So you still have the Jesuits. A crypto Jew was the head of that group too.
That's right. And Weishaupt was actually a front man. The Illuminati was actually, the person behind that was Lorenzo Rico, who was the Jesuit general. The Jesuits, recall, at that time had just been suppressed by the Vatican. The Jesuits were involved in so much nefarious political subversion of countries that the political pressure came to be such that the Vatican found it necessary to suppress the Jesuits. And just to give you an idea of the type of pressure that was being brought, it was let's see, I'll read to you from an indictment in 1762 by the French Parliament. Now, this is something that's not taught in history books, but basically, this indictment called the Jesuits and their doctrine perverse. They said that they were destroyers of all religious and honest principles, insulting to Christian morals, pernicious to civil society, hostile to the rights of the nation. And they said they maintain the worst kind of corruptions in men's hearts. And other nations as well as France were putting pressure on the Vatican. And it was Pope Clement XIV who finally suppressed the Jesuits. And when a secret organization is suppressed, they find it necessary to then go underground and create basically a sister organization to keep their plans in motion. So, and that's what they did with the Illuminati. They were suppressed in 1773. The Illuminati came about in 1776, as is alleged, and they immediately began attacking the Catholic Church, because now that they were suppressed, they viewed the Catholic Church as their enemy. And they were the secret society that was behind the brutal French Revolution, where you had 300,000 people that were massacred in a godless orgy of violence. And they were behind that. They attacked the Catholic Church, and the Catholic Church learned its lesson, okay? In 1814, the Jesuits were restored as a Catholic order by Pope Pius VII. And that was those who were in the know in the political realm knew the danger of the Jesuits. In a letter John Adams wrote to Thomas Jefferson, he said, "If ever an association of people deserved eternal damnation on this earth and in hell, it is the Society of Loyola."